Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in. Well, today's video, I'm out here checking trail cams, shed hunting, and then I'm gonna do an overnight camp. It's really my first time overnight camping from a backpack. I've camped a ton out here, like from my truck with a bigger, like 6-person, 8-person, more luxurious, usually during hunting season or, right at the end of spring, right before the bugs get bad, and towards the end of summer when the bugs start to die off a bit. So it's the end of April here, really no bugs. Beautiful day today, sunny, blue skies. It's about +6, +7 right now. So I just got here. I'm like a minute down the trail. I'm hiking into where my first trail cam is, and then I'll be jumping back in the truck and going to check my other trail cams and do some shed hunting. So it's a beauty day. It's real nice to be in the woods. It's I can hear my voice echoing off of all the trees and everything. It's kind of weird. Usually whenever I'm in the woods like this, I'm not talking this loud because I'm hunting. I don't want to scare anything away. I still don't want to scare anything away, but I mean, I got to make the video and give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what's going on. So, uh, without further ado, let's go. Got some nice moose droppings there. Literally just stopped to take this little intro video, and right where I put the tripod, pile of moose poop. So lots of signs so far, footprints, moose and deer. I really hope I see something this trip, but either way, it's really nice to be back in the woods. Let's go check this trail camera so we can carry on to the other ones. Okay, I'm here at the deck. There's the stand there, and I just walked up to camera number 1. Here it is. And I look on the ground, big pile of moose droppings. So I just pulled the card out. I'm gonna leave the camera on the tree for now, and then I'm gonna go sit in the shade over here, check the card, see what's on it, and then decide if I'm gonna leave it here or if I'm gonna pull it. I was planning on pulling it, but if it's loaded up with good video or pictures, then I might leave it. All right, let's check this card. So to check my card, I've got this this SD card reader that plugs right into my iPhone. And this was like, it was like $35 or something like that at Cabela's Bass Pro. And it's actually pretty sweet. You download a free app and then you can open it, check the files, and view your pictures and videos. So just plug the card right in here, plug this into my phone, which I'm recording on. All right, I just sat here for like 30 minutes looking through that card, and I didn't check all the videos. It was set to 10-second video clips. I didn't check all of them, but I had one clip during hunting season with a nice 8 or 10 point buck, and then I had another buck, like a little forky, but a lot of moose footage and a lot of doe footage. Most of the deer footage, they were coming through overnight, like midnight, 1 a.m., 3 a.m. But the one little forky buck that came through, it was like 1 in the afternoon, right in the middle of the day. And that's just the deer that are walking through in front of the camera. So who knows if they're just out of range of the camera or they come in behind the camera. So seems like a decent spot, but it's hard to say. But anyways, I'm gonna swap the card on this camera and I'm gonna leave this camera because it's like a 10-minute hike in here to come check this one. So when I check the other ones, if they're really good or if they're like kind of crap and there isn't anything on them, I'll pull those ones and I'll leave this one here because there's a stand here and this one seems to do pretty good. It's got a lot of moose footage. I got moose like a week ago here, so I'm gonna leave this one here for now, swap in a new card, and I think I'm gonna do a bit of shed hunting in here too because there's multiple bulls. I got one video clip where there's 2 bulls. You know, just the one's like a year and a half and the other one's like maybe 2.5, pretty small, but still. And then I did have one a little bit bigger of a bull too. So I'm gonna check this swamp in behind me here. I'm gonna check this area, kind of circle around it and see if I can find some antlers. Let's go. Okay, this is what I'm hiking through. It's hard to tell, but this is the continuation of that swamp. And I'm having to hike quite a bit faster than what I want because the battery on my GPS is low. And I took my replacement batteries out of my pack because I figured I was just pulling that camera, which I ended up leaving it. So I'm kind of just trying to get out of here before my GPS battery dies, but I think I'm right near the road here anyways. All right, just pulled camera number 2. That camera is just like 3-4 minutes behind my buddy's camp, so nice and quick to get there. There wasn't really anything on that cam. There was one buck, November 22nd, I think. Looked like maybe a 6-pointer. Other than that, nothing really. There was a doe this morning actually, and then a doe about a week ago. That one, she came right up to the camera and was sniffing at it. But so I pulled that camera, pretty quiet, not much going there, and being so close to the camp, it's like so pulled that one. It's 4 in the afternoon now, so I'm just hiking back to where I parked my truck. Gonna have a quick snack and then go check 2 more of my cameras. I should be able to check both of them within the next 2 hours, and then come back, make some dinner, and figure out where I'm gonna set up my tent, set it up, and just chill. I might go down to the river and hang out there. I didn't bring any fishing stuff. Pickerel not in season, so I don't really, want to fish if they're not in season. But yeah, I got a nice stew for dinner tonight, leftovers from last night of venison stew, so that heat up real easy, and then I can just chill out or go for a little hike. So check back in with y'all in a few. On to camera number 3 now. It's just 2-minute walk down the road from my buddy's camp, and then 5-10 minutes through the bush. This one, I'm pretty excited for this one. I got high hopes for it. It's kind of like a funnel point cut across the swamps. It gets really narrow there, so the animals don't have to cross through a whole bunch of swamp to cross the swamp there. So high hopes for this one, high hopes. I'm excited. Last year I had one out basically in the same area through the summer, and I got bear, deer, got some bucks, doe, coyote, lots of stuff. So hopes are high on this one. Let's see how it is. Here's camera number 3, and I get here and there's something that I notice. Branches right in front of it. This one right here, right in front of it. That's might be a problem. That'll set the camera off like crazy. I feel like there's gonna be like 1,000 videos on this thing now because of that. Hey, all right, just finished checking cam number 3. Just as I expected, there's a lot of blank video because of that stupid stick that was hanging down. But I did also get a lot of videos of deer, multiple does with fawns, multiple bucks, couple like pretty nice bucks. So it lived up to the expectation. I don't think there was anything else on there. There might have been some coyotes going through, but most of what I saw was all deer. So pretty happy with that. So I'm leaving this cam here. Just swap the cards, batteries. It still says they're full somehow, but I guess there's like 8 AA batteries in there. So it's getting on about 6 o'clock now, so I'm actually gonna follow this trail through here, see if I can't cut across the swamp, stay on that trail and work my way over to my other cam. That one it's just off of an ATV trail, so if I can work my way over to it, it should be pretty decent like shed hunting, and then I can get that camera and get back to camp at a reasonable time to set up camp, figure out where I'm gonna set up, and make some dinner. Although I did eat like almost a whole bag of chips and 2 muffins, so I'm not really that hungry. And I'm sure getting over to that 4th cam is gonna take quite a while, especially if I'm shed hunting. I try to move pretty slow for that, so we'll see. On to the next one. Let's go. It's about 6.5, 7 foot off the ground. It's about as big around as a baseball bat. Can't even get my fingers all the way around it. That's what we're looking for right there. There's sign all over and through here. Footprints, droppings. It just feels really moosey in here. So I'm gonna have to spend some time in here kind of gridding back and forth. But the sun is on its way down. I got a couple hours left, so I might have to come back tomorrow. Look at that though. Okay, here we are at camera number 4. Yeah, number 4. There it is. It's kind of looking right at the edge of this little swampy area here. Whew. A little bit of a trek to get over here. It's a lot of moosey ground just down bottom of the hill there. Starting to get some leg cramps going on, so couldn't have got here any. Well, I'm pretty sure I just flushed a deer. Didn't sound big enough to be a moose. Nice. And not nice. Would have been nice to see it, because I was actually gonna go that way from here, but that's okay. Maybe I'll try to cut it off, because I'm sure it'll try to circle around and get my wind. Right now the wind is coming straight towards me, so. What a beautiful day to be in the woods. Doesn't get any better than this, let me tell you. Let's check this cam. Let's go. Okay, just check the card on camera 4. Apparently the batteries died about a month ago, a little over a month ago. But there's still some decent deer footage. Not a ton though, not as much as I was hoping. When I had this camera out last summer, I had bear, deer, moose. I had quite a bit of action on this cam. So it was getting deer, so that's a bonus, but just not a ton. I had one little, like the tiniest little fork buck come in, but not anything too special. So as I mentioned, the batteries are dead, and your boy forgot the batteries in the truck. So I'm gonna leave this camera here, and I'll just have to come back tomorrow, change the batteries, because I do want to leave this one out here. I'm gonna go for the long hike tomorrow to go check camera 5. It's the furthest one, so I'll go check it. I'll make sure I got batteries and cards and all that stuff. Depending on if it's got anything, really I should just pull it, because it is so far away. To go hunt back in there, it's like it's a mission, it's a trek. You're hiking for it's like 45 minutes if you're just straight hiking. If you're like hunt hiking and trying to stay like cool a little bit, you're like an hour and a half to get back in there. So I should probably just pull that one. So I'll lock this one back up, and then I'll have to come back in here tomorrow and change the batteries. But it's starting to get cool now. The sun's going down. I gotta get out of here, get my camp set up, get dinner going, and just try to stay warm. So see you guys back at camp. Alright, this is the spot right here, right in the trail. It's getting dark. It's a little cold. I'm hungry. I gotta get this tent set up that I've only ever set it up once, so got a lot to do still. So nothing to it but to do it. Let's go. Alright, finally got it set up. This tent is a freestanding tent, meaning it has to be pegged to the ground. It will not stand without pegs, so that's not very ideal for northern Canada where it's rock everywhere. Luckily I'm on this nice ATV trail, and I was able to peg it down all the way around. There's only one side corner that I had troubles with, but there she is. Plenty of room for me. Oh, I do not want to get up. Oh my goodness. Pretty nice and toasty in this sleeping bag, and the air is pretty chilly outside. But the sun is beaming. The birds are out. I reckon I should probably get up now, so let's face this cold air and get going. Not too bad. It's a little weak, but oh, all right. So the game plan, I'm gonna head down the trail, go back to trail cam number 4, change the batteries on it, come back here, tear down camp, think about making breakfast. All I have for breakfast is like chili mac and cheese and like a chicken Alfredo, like dehydrated meals, like pre-made dehydrated meals. So I might just skip breakfast today and just have a couple bars, but oh, beauty morning. Nothing better than coffee outside. I can hear the grouse drumming. Doesn't get any better than this, let me tell ya. Okay, I'm just hiking in here to change the batteries on that camera number 4, and I'm not really too sure what I should do with the day. I've got to hike in to check that 5th camera, and it's pretty good ways in there, but there's a swamp over here to my left that I've seen moose at plenty of times. There's always good sign around there, so it would be nice to go over there and do a bit of shed hunting, but I don't have all day. And there's another swamp in towards where I got to check that 5th camera, and that swamp I actually found 2 shed antlers at last November. So saying it out loud, it kind of makes more sense to go check that other swamp, get the stuff done that I have to do, and then I can mess around looking for antlers before I got to get out of here. So let's go get these batteries changed. Changing these batteries while leaving the cam on the tree, almost impossible. I'm going to try 2 or 3 more times, and then I'll just take it down, put it back up with new batteries. That's where the tent was. That's where I was sitting and cooking. Nothing but a couple of footprints and some bare ground. So we out of here now, heading back to the truck, and I'll be hiking in to go check my 5th camera, do a little shed hunting, and then heading home. Okay, just finished having lunch / breakfast. I had a ReadyWise chili mac. It was my first dehydrated meal ever. So I had that. It was decent. The taste was pretty all right. Like, wasn't nothing spectacular, but definitely filled me up. Hopefully it doesn't wreak havoc on my guts later. But so I'm just behind my buddy's camp here, about to hike in down their trail and go check that last camera. But I'm sitting here and I hear some machines. Next thing I know, there's a machine coming up out of their trail here. Like, what the hell? Well, it was actually like 10 machines coming out. They come through, no one stopped or anything. They all kind of gave the wave, but no one stopped. The one guy's like, oh, sorry, like, they know they're coming through private property here, and hopefully the trail's not too tore up. There's some pretty bad mud holes back there. Like, we don't really go back there unless we have to, because the mud holes are, you know, kind of that bad. But anyways, so I'm about to hike back here, see how tore up the trail is, and hopefully it's not too bad. And yeah, beauty day anyways, so let's go for a hike. Here's that first mud hole. I will not be going along the side like I normally do. Gonna have to go up and around here. Okay, just taking a quick break here. I'm turning the GPS on, not because I think I'm gonna get lost or afraid of getting lost or anything. It's because it has like a route plotter, like it leaves a line where I'm walking, and right now I'm off the trail, so I want to mark where I'm walking for shed hunting purposes. That way when I come back through here, I can sort of walk the same trail but just off by 40 or 50 feet, and I can cover more ground and maybe find an antler. So just letting it oh, looks like it's found the satellite now, so can throw this pack back on and keep moving. Let's go. Whew, it is freaking warm with that sun. Holy, let me tell you, I could be in just shorts and a t-shirt right now. I probably should be. It's no bugs really. It's nice when I'm in the shade like this, though. I got a nice breeze coming through here too. Oh, anyways, coming up on that final trail cam. It's not too much further up this trail. Get it, and then head over to Bear Lake. Trail continues that way. I go this way. I always see lots of deer droppings in here. I always thought this tree right here was really cool. Wide open area. And I actually almost put my camera on this tree the one year, and then I decided to move it down a little bit further, but this area is so nice in here. You've got thick pines right here, so I'm right on that transition zone between the open hardwoods and the thick pines. And then this funnels down. If I follow this edge of pines, it funnels down to a swamp crossing where it's real narrow and there's a beaver dam. And looks like there's a pretty good game trail here. And that's exactly where I pointed my camera. So I'm super excited for this one. Just about there. Big pile of pretty fresh droppings. It's always tricky trying to find where your camera actually is, because I try about 5 different trees before I find the one perfect one. But there's the camera there. She is there. It's pointing right in this opening, and that's crosses the swamp that's right there. So hopefully this camera has a bunch of stuff on it. High hopes. Let's find out. This camera has a lot of moisture. It had some moisture on the bottom of the card too. All the prongs, they look all right, so it should be fine. Just finished checking camera number 5, and as I was checking the card, I could hear something splashing around. There's a swamp over here. I could hear something splashing around, and so when I was done checking the card, I got up and kind of snuck over here. Pair of big gooses here, and there was also 2 ducks in there, a hen and a drake mallard. But the ducks, they took off flying, and the geese are still there. Looks like a mama goose on her nest there. But anyways, I'm gonna leave this this camera out here. Number 5, I had good deer, good moose on it. It lived up to my hopes. Got some bucks on there, does. I actually had some deer in there this morning on that card. So I'm gonna leave it out, just swap the cards, and I'm gonna kind of walk this swamp edge here, shed hunting, looking for sheds. I'm gonna follow it. There's a spot just up here called the field. It's a big open field just full of raspberry cane. So I'm gonna walk up to the field, kind of circle around in the field a little bit, and then I'm gonna hike out to Bear Lake, walk around there a little bit, see if I find anything, and then I'm gonna head out of here, try to get home at a decent time. So great day, awesome day to be in the woods. It's pretty cool in the shade, but in the sun you're sweating, it's warm. So I'm gonna get moving here, try to find some antlers, and make my way on out of here. Come on. All right, y'all. Hike my way down to the end of Bear Lake. Just taking a water break in the shade here. That sun is cooking. I got a pretty nice little sunburn going on. Whew. Not to say that I'm calling it quits, but I gotta get out of here. I gotta hit the road, so I'm just gonna slowly shed hunt my way back to the trail, and then once I hit that trail, I'm zooming. I gotta get to the truck and I gotta get out of here. Wish I could stay longer, but not today. I guess, if I don't find anything, that just means there's more to find next time. It's been an awesome day. Weather couldn't ask for any better. Bluebird skies. I mean, the shadows make it a little hard for finding sheds, but can't complain one bit. And this shed hunting thing, it's hard in these northern woods here. It is not easy. I'm seeing tracks everywhere, seeing poop everywhere, not seeing any antlers. And you're trying to go slow and scan and really scan the ground and make sure you're not walking past anything, but at the same time you want to be moving a little bit quickly so that you're covering ground. And I'm up and down and, oh, this looks like a little hole here, and oh, there might be one in here, and it's not working. It's not working for me anyways. I don't know if I'm in the right area. I got no idea, but I'm sore. Shoulders are sore, legs, back. It's been a good trip anyways. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Never know, maybe I'll be back in a couple of weeks to put out some minerals for the deer, maybe some bear bait, and some more shed hunting. But for this trip, that's gonna be a wrap. Come on.